This question comes from Jamie, who asks, what if we could terraform Mars instantly?
At first, it sounds like science fiction, but let's break down what would really happen if Mars suddenly became a habitable planet.
Right away, the atmosphere would change dramatically. Mars' current atmosphere is 100 times thinner than Earth's and mostly carbon dioxide.
Instantly thickening it to breathable levels would mean we now have air pressure and oxygen sufficient for humans to survive without spacesuits.
But that air also comes with heat. Suddenly, temperatures across the planet would rise from minus 60 degrees Celsius on average to a comfortable 20 degrees Celsius or more.
Water would also appear instantly. Mars has water locked in ice at its poles and in underground reservoirs. Terraforming it instantly would melt the ice, filling valleys and craters with oceans, rivers, and lakes.
Suddenly, Valles Marineris would be a massive river system, and the polar caps might flood entire regions.
It would be beautiful, but also potentially catastrophic for any existing Martian terrain or microhabitats. Gravity is the same as before, about 38% of Earth's, so large bodies of water would behave differently. Waves and tides would be weaker, and large-scale weather systems might be unstable at first. Speaking of weather, Mars would immediately develop clouds, rain, and possibly storms like hurricanes or massive dust storms, now fueled by a denser atmosphere and liquid water. Plant life could grow almost immediately if seeded correctly. Photosynthesis would start producing oxygen, further stabilizing the atmosphere. Deserts might bloom into forests in weeks or months. If humans arrived, we'd see crops and natural ecosystems thriving in what had previously been a barren desert.
But there are serious side effects. Mars has no magnetic field to protect against solar radiation.
Even with a thick atmosphere, radiation would still be higher than Earth's, which could affect humans and animals. Terraforming wouldn't instantly solve that problem. We'd still need protective habitats or artificially generated magnetic shields. The sudden addition of mass to the atmosphere and water might even alter Mars' rotation slightly.
Seasons could change, and the axial tilt might fluctuate before settling. Volcanoes, long dormant, could react to the sudden heating and pressure changes, creating new landscapes and potentially hazards.
Life itself would respond in unexpected ways. If Mars already had microbial life, suddenly introducing Earth plants and animals could lead to competition, hybridization, or extinction events. Microbes might mutate rapidly under new conditions, leading to unpredictable ecosystems. Instant terraforming is not just a miracle, it's a shock to every system on the planet. Now, imagine humans landing on this instantly habitable Mars. No more long-term spacesuits, air tanks, or pressurized habitats. Cities could rise almost immediately, taking advantage of the new water and fertile soil.
Transportation would become simpler, with ships landing directly on oceans or lakes, and new energy sources could be harnessed, from hydroelectric power to wind and solar energy. Economically, Mars would transform overnight. Mining, agriculture, and tourism could all boom. Asteroid mining and interplanetary trade would take on new dimensions because Mars would now be a living, breathing hub rather than a barren outpost. Real estate on Martian coasts could be as valuable as on Earth's beaches. Culturally and psychologically, humans would face a new frontier. We would no longer see Mars as a distant, lifeless planet, but as a twin Earth. Colonists would begin thinking about Martian identity, society, and even politics in ways we haven't yet imagined. Suddenly, the solar system would have two habitable worlds, and our perspective on life, survival, and exploration would shift forever.
And yet, instant terraforming might not be entirely perfect. Ecosystems take time to balance.
Some areas might flood, others could become deserts,
and sudden storms could wipe out early colonies.
Even if humans can survive, the planet would need decades, if not centuries, to stabilize fully.
So if we could terraform Mars instantly, we'd gain a second Earth overnight. But the planet would be a wild, unpredictable place at first.
From raging rivers to sudden storms, emerging ecosystems to human colonization, Mars would transform in ways both beautiful and dangerous.
Instant terraforming would be a miracle, but it would also remind us that life and planetary balance is rarely simple.